Hello guys, welcome to Northfield Farmer Borough Market. Today we're going to teach you how to prepare and cook perfectly a tomahawk steak using the reverse sear method. So, before I explain to you exactly how to cook the perfect tomahawk steak, I need to explain to you exactly what it is. So what we start off with is a beef forerib. This is actually a 5-week aged Dexter beef forerib from Northfield Farm. And what we're going to do is we're going to take this forerib and we're going to strip the outer layer of rib cap that we've got on here, which is a harder working muscle than the ribeye that you've got in the middle there. So we're going to leave that ribeye attached to that bone. We're also going to remove that chine bone on the bottom. So what I'm doing now is I'm going to take this saw and cut through the chine bone, the edge of the chine, and just come in here to the corner of the ribeye and then take my knife down the back of the chine bone to remove it. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove this layer of rib cap that we've still got attached here. And that's a really good cut that can be used for alternative uses. Really good for making burgers, but also very good for slow cooking, treating it almost like a brisket. And then we've still got this blade bone here that's still attached from where the shoulder's beginning after the forerib. So we'll just take that section off there. And then finally we've just got to take out this paddywhack muscle that's just here. Cut that off. And that's left just the ribeye and the bone. So next we're going to take the joint that we've got here and we're going to cut it into lovely tomahawk steaks. So basically what we're going to do is we're just going to cut between these rib bones that we've got here and reveal the beauty inside. Look at that. Now typically, on a normal, Dexter's actually quite a small breed of cow, so these aren't actually too big, but typically a tomahawk is a cut that you'd share between 2 or 3 people, because they can be quite large. I reckon I'll probably be able to polish one of these off myself. So, now we've got our lovely little tomahawk here, and I'm going to explain to you how to reverse sear it. But first of all, I need to explain the process. Reverse searing is basically the opposite of the traditional thinking on how to cook big steaks, and it is, as it says in the name, you're doing the searing in reverse. So you're putting it in the oven at a very low temperature, about 100 degrees to begin with, and then searing it at the end. And the purpose of this is to enable you to cook lovely thick steaks like we've got here to a nice rare, medium rare, without having them cold in the middle. And the benefit of that is when you cook it, you're going to get all this lovely fat and marbling that we've got all the way along the piece. That's going to get down or up to the temperature that you want it to be, so that it's melting. So you're going to have a lovely thick steak without any cold in the middle. So what we're going to do is we're going to put this in the oven at 100 degrees, which is hot but not hot enough to start cooking the meat, and it's just going to get the temperature set right through the middle. And the only thing I'm going to do to this before it goes in is I'm going to do the first part of the seasoning, which is the salt. And you want to cover that really liberally because a lot of it's going to come off while you're cooking it. Do that on both sides. And what I like to do personally is add the pepper at the end because I don't want it to burn. Now this is going to go away into the oven at 100 degrees for half an hour. So, as you can see now that we've been in the oven doing our reverse sear, it might not look very impressive right now, but don't worry, that's perfectly normal. But what we've got is the tomahawk steak at a really good place where all this lovely fat is going super soft and melting, and we're going to have a temperature around sort of 40 to 45 degrees on the inside. If you want to probe at home, you can. And now the next step is searing it. So today we're going to do it on my barbecue because why not? That's the best way. But don't worry, if you don't have a barbecue at home, you can just do this in your pan. And this applies for any thick steak that you're doing at home. It doesn't have to be barbecue. But you can do it in the pan. Just make sure reverse sear it to get that temperature through the middle, and you're well away. So now we're here on a I don't know if you'd call it sunny evening in London, but we've got our tomahawk to the right core temperature, and now all we need to do is seal it off on the outside. It's only going to take about 2 or 3 minutes per side, and then it's going to be perfect and ready to go to eat. Barbecued nice and hot. Coals white hot, got some asparagus in there as a side. Drop that bad boy in there in the middle. We're going to give that about, I'd say, 3 minutes. So that's the first 3 minutes. Now it's time to flip it, get it nicely seared on the other side. And we'll set that timer for another 3 minutes. Come off and rest. That's the most important thing. You can cook the steak as well as you like, as well as anyone possible, but if you don't let it rest, it's just going to be chewy. So leave that for about 10 minutes. Now we've rested, it's time to have a look inside. Time to slice it up. Cut down the back of this bone. And there we have inside, lovely medium rare, with all the fat nicely melted. Notice how I didn't use any vegetable oil or olive oil or anything for any part of cooking this. A proper steak like this, with all that natural, healthy fat, you don't need to add anything else. Now it's time to have a taste. Yep, perfect. That wasn't meant to land in there, by the way. Cool, thank you for watching, guys. Join us next time.